Okay, so we're going to be installing the external breather kit on our Assault air cleaner. This happens to be a M8 motorcycle. They're also available for the twin cams. First, you want to remove the 3 fasteners holding the support arms onto the bezel. Remove the air filter element and bezel, velocity stack, the 3 screws into the throttle body, and we're going to remove the backing plate for the air cleaner. The sub plate is the actual breather plate for the air cleaner assembly. By original design, it was designed to breathe into the engine to re-ingest the oil air mist that's created from the engine rotating. That fastener, the silver fastener on the end, is a pilot hole that's drilled all the way through, so it allows the breather bolt to intersect with the backing plate and then breathe the air movement into the engine. The new backing plate, there is no hole, there's no set screw, there's no bypass. It's going to breathe completely externally, and that is not possible for any oil air movement to get into the engine or the intake track. It comes with all new O-rings, spacers. These spacers are directional. As mentioned in a different video, the large hole goes away from the engine, the small hole goes towards the engine assembly. Apply some Loctite to our fasteners. These are 1/4-20 fasteners. Those are at 120 inch-pounds. Install the 3 screws from the subplate into the throttle body loosely at this time, just so it's floating around. We're going to put the spacer between the subplate and the engine head and install the breather bolts. Tighten down the subplate to the throttle body and tighten down the breather bolts to the cylinder heads. 1/4-20 is 120 inch-pounds. The breather bolts are 20 foot-pounds. So we got our subplate installed. We're going to install our breather hoses, the external breather hoses, which is how the engine is now going to breathe instead of going into the engine. I'm going to route the hoses down the front of the motor in between the pushrod tubes and down on the inside of the oil sender unit. It seems to be the most sanitary location in my opinion. Both tubes are going to go down and come out through the bottom of the motorcycle, and we'll wind up trimming them off so it's just flush or slightly below the frame. And then we'll proceed to reinstall the backing plate and the air cleaner assembly. 1/4-20 bolts, 120 inch-pounds. There's our velocity stack, snaps into place, is held there with the magnets. Very clean, high flow design. There's our air cleaner, our air cleaner window, and our bezel. These little 832 screws are at 20 inch-pounds. Look at that, magic, hides the seam. That's awesome. Here we go, last fastener, and we're done. Probably a total of 15 minutes.